and 7. And so in the next one we're going to do 3. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to single crochet in the next 7 on the other side. Okay, now we're going to skip 1. We're going to skip a single crochet and repeat. Alright, I'm done with my round 7. As you can see, it's a little thicker than our last round. And now the pattern calls for us to do the same thing we did for round 7 for round 8. Alright, I'm at the end of round 8. I've gone around and repeated round 7. And I just want to show you kind of how I fasten off things. If you don't already have your own way or don't know how to do it. I'm on my my last stitch, and usually what I do is I close off with a slip stitch, and then I'll cut a pretty decent, long tail, and I'll pull the yarn all the way through like so. Now this is where you're going to fasten off. I'm just going to kind of show you how I do that. You're going to take your blunt needle. These are pretty cheap. They come in a 2-pack, like so. About $2 or so, depending on where you live, but pretty cheap. They're made of steel, so they last a very, very long time. You're going to thread through your needle and pull the yarn taut. And generally I like to start out with just going through and whip stitching the first thing, and then you're going to turn your work over because you don't want this to be visible on the front of your work. And generally I like to go through, if you can see here, I like to go through these loops right here, and all I'll do is I'll just kind of thread through with my needle like so. So it kind of gives you a straight path, and it doesn't have to be perfect through them. You're just basically hiding the end, your tail, the end of your work. Alright, you don't have to go all, you have to go a really long way. You're going to pull that through. You might have a little excess on the end. And see, you can barely see that. Most people wouldn't be able to see that. And then I like to end with just another whip stitch at the end right here, just to kind of keep it from coming loose. And then I'll thread through a couple more loops like so. And then before I pull it through, generally what I'll do is I'll cut it shorter than how many loops I pulled through. So I'll pull it tight like so, and then I'll cut it. And what this does is when you pull your needle through, it'll end up to where you have a really short tail, and then I pull it out like that, taut like that, and generally it will stay. And there you go. That's how you fasten off your work. And there you have it, your Octagon motif star. Thank you again for watching my tutorial, and feel free to leave any comments, corrections, any pictures of your work at the bottom of the page in the comments area. I'd love to see and hear from you, and I look forward to doing more tutorials in the future. Thank you again. Bye-bye.